So the season opener obviously went in your favor. What are you going to do to keep the momentum going throughout the rest of the weekend?
We'd like to get some better at bats, I think. I mean, if we can pitch and play defense the way we did tonight, then, hopefully we just going to be a little better offensively from start to finish.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Coach, and congrats on the win.
All right.
Well, there you have it. IU able to go 4-0 in home openers here at Bart Kaufman. Back to you, Chicago. Welcome to this week's edition of Inside IU Softball. I'm Nicole Krasean, and I'm here with head coach Michelle Gardner. So, Coach, this past weekend, you guys went 3-1 in Auburn, and your only loss was to third-ranked Auburn. So it was an impressive weekend. The offensive push that you've been calling for has really been showing up lately. What do you attribute that to?
I think just kind of relaxing and going back to keeping it simple, because I just really felt like earlier on we were trying to do too much.
So we've been talking in other weeks about the offensive surge that's been happening. What kind of things are you guys practicing, and what kind of skills are you trying to develop to keep this surge going?
Yeah, we basically have just gone back to basics.
Arminian said that he found Bloomington to be a great culture of collaboration between entrepreneurs, which is why he decided to start his business here during school. The most emotional part of the night was the luminary ceremony, where bags like these, previously purchased by participants, lined the track, decorated with messages to cancer survivors and loved ones who lost their battle with the disease. The lights were shut off in the field house, and songs of mourning, loss, and love played while glow sticks were dropped in the luminaries. Water. We use it every day for recreation, hydration, and sanitation. But just how safe is the water here in Bloomington? Mayor John Hamilton has said that water safety is a huge issue for him, a statement that Water Quality Coordinator Rachel Atz says is taken seriously by the Utilities Department.
We follow all the Safe Drinking Water Act standards, and we are in compliance with all Safe Drinking Water Act standards. So we've never had a maximum contaminant level violation, and that means that the results weren't over the limit that the EPA deems safe.
Concerns from citizens about the unpleasant or clouded look to the water are an easy fix, according to Atz.
What I always suggest is that you fill a glass of water up, sit it on the countertop, and let it clear. And it'll clear from the bottom to the top as that air starts to escape. And you'll notice that the air bubbles get larger and larger, and sometimes they'll cling to the side of the glass. So that's a good indication that you can clearly see that it's air.
What citizens should be aware of are the rising levels of disinfectant byproducts like chlorine that are being found in the water supplies, which eventually lead to their homes and faucets. SPIA professor Jeff White said that while these levels aren't considered dangerous yet, they could be in the future.
Is the water unsafe to drink? No, not at all. But we need to be vigilant about trying to figure out what the potential problem is there.
So for now, don't be afraid to skip the vending machine and fill up at the faucet or drinking fountain. IU student Taylor McVeigh was sick for 3 weeks before her mother suggested she go to the hospital to make sure she didn't have the Zika virus. The virus has now spread to 13 states, including Indiana, creating fear in many Americans. But is this fear warranted?
I think people just kind of overreact sometimes, but it is a serious thing, especially since we don't really know too much about Zika yet.
Biology professor Richard Hardy is studying the virus and sees no long-term implications.
In terms of an individual, if you become infected with Zika virus, you're not going to feel well for a week. But from the point of view of your overall health, you'll get over it and you'll be okay.
The most severe concern with the Zika virus is its link to microcephaly, a neurodevelopmental disorder in which an infant's head size is significantly smaller than average. So, a normal infant head size is about the size of a grapefruit, but an infant with microcephaly's head is about the size of a larger orange. You can tell the difference. Hardy said a risk of transmission here in Bloomington is students contracting the virus on spring break and sexually transmitting it when they return.
And the thing we've seen with Zika are a couple of well-documented cases where it can be sexually transmitted as well. And we don't know yet how that's going to impact the potential frequency of transmission.
There are currently no vaccines or antiviral medications to combat the Zika virus.